So I know what you've been sold by content creators, by people that are a lot farther in the space. Okay. As a hair salon, as a person that's going from actually doing the hair to actually building the system for other people to come in and eat from your plate. Okay. To building the actual business, the salon, the barbershops. Owning a salon and a barbershop are not easy. I don't care what anybody says to you unless you have $1 billion uncle that's going to give you millions of dollars. And even then, it won't be easy. But here's how you can make it smoother. Now, I'm going to start off with a quick story because I want you to understand that literally, physically, the same way that you cannot crawl, you cannot run before you crawl. It's the same exact way in businesses. And I can always tell the businesses that have done it the right way, they are able to have legs underneath them if they're not doing a million and one things. Okay. Now it's really important to understand this concept because if you don't, you'll burn through your money and you'll be burnt out by trying to do everything for everybody and how everybody says to do it without focusing on the facts that are going to build your businesses and that have built millions of businesses. Coming from a person that has focused on algorithms for the last 6 to 7 years, from algorithms, and I'm telling you, algorithms that just sell, click $1 billion. That's how that happens. Okay, no salesperson, no sales team. Seeing the gaps from people that are building their salons and barbershops to also seeing barbershops and salons be in the millions, I can identify the commonalities. So, the first thing that you want to know is you have to build a lead generation system, especially if you're going from 0 or 1 to 2. Okay, you're going from just you behind the chair to you building a system for other people. And here's why. I was sitting with a friend and I'm helping my friend build their business. Hey, girl, okay, how's everything going? I just want to check in on you. All right. You know what I did? I went ahead and purchased ads. I said, why would you do that? Well, I want to just, kind of get the things moving and things like that. And I said, okay, so here's the thing. What happened when you purchased those ads? I got a bit of follows. I got some follows. Did you get a lead? No, but it can lead to a lead. Okay, but if you are in a stage where you are not able to fully function as a business, your revenue is not there to support you as in doing this as a full 9 to 5, we just got to do what we have to do. And the number one focus that you need to be focused on is building leads. And you can do it in very simple ways, free ways, or you can do it in one algorithm way. And this is why I recommend it, or two, I would say two. Okay. Number one, you can pound the pavement. You can literally go out, hand flyers out to people, go to churches, go to different places. Da, da, da. That's one way to do it. It's harder, but it still can be effective and it's free. Okay. All you need is time. The second thing that you can do is go ahead and get to calling people. Hey, do you have anybody that wants to? Can you refer me to this person? Do you have anybody? Do you love what I do? Da, 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 da. Calling people that you've constantly been doing. The third thing that I am going to recommend you, because we are doing it every single day, there is tons of proof in our wheelhouse. It's chef's kiss good and it won't be for too long, is Google Maps, which is why we're honing in on it so much. Google Maps is a platform that is the whole purpose of it is to send you a lead. Why? Because you use it to when you want to drive somewhere to purchase. Okay. So, with that being said, you want to focus on algorithms that are not going to keep you on it. Okay. The goal of Google Maps is not to get you to stay on Google Maps. The goal of Google Maps is to make you satisfied as the end user. Now, when you compare it to Instagram, to TikTok, to Facebook, these platforms, the only reason why they make money is because our eyes are glued to them. That's it. They could care less what you do on there. They could care less about how your activity is. It just matters how long you can spend on those platforms. And that is terrible for a business because that means you have to fight, claw, scratch your way to attention. And you don't want to do that with millions of people. So when I sat with my friend and I'm like, okay, let's walk this through. No, I feel like, it got me one step closer. At least I have people that are looking at me. And I said, at this current time, you don't have the time or the revenue to do those activities because they take away from the fundamental piece that you should be focusing on. It's either client deliverables or doing hair or getting leads. And if we're not doing that, like you could just say, "Hey, where can I help you this week if you have so much to do, or what can I do to get more leads?" Right? Because the worst thing that you can do is think about, well, one of the biggest things that you don't want to do is think about the next step before you've like eaten breakfast. Okay? You need to be, your body needs, your business needs for you to eat breakfast in order for you to make it to the afternoon. But I see so many people, because of content creators, because they want to sell you this course, because they want to make a little money on the side, tell you what they did when the algorithms were less mature. So they were just sending out information to people. Now the algorithms are maturing and it's getting harder to get attention. And now you spent time when you could have spent that time and those resources towards allocating it towards the right things. So I tell you all of this to say that the number one thing that you should be focused on whenever you're going from 0 employees to your first employee outside of you is lead generation. Okay. The fourth platform that I need to mention is YouTube, because YouTube has a way of getting people to, you can get in their ecosystem, right? So if people like you, they love your content, even though it's a slow burn, it's a much needed burn because people can get to know you on a personal level and they can get to experience who you are. And then, you can, if you need to sell other kinds of products, you have that, your name is getting out there. But let's pay attention. It's out there in a way that they are going to buy from you. They're interested in what you have to offer. Okay. So if they've clicked on your information, they are interested in you. And now you need something that's appealing to them or that will bridge a gap or solve a problem for them. But you're talking about things that you sell. So, or you should be, or things that you can potentially sell down the line. So that's how you do those four platforms. Those are the only four platforms that you need to focus on. Okay, those four different things. Okay, the second thing that you need to do is pick one social media platform. You do not have time to have a split focus because that energy, once again, if I give you this bottle, okay, and now I give you this drink, okay, and I pour half of it here, okay, I pour half of it here, I only have half of my water, okay? But if I keep everything concentrated here, this water will last me a lot longer, all right? Because everything is concentrated in this bottle. This bottle was suited to keep my water cold, okay? This bottle is suited for me to have a drink. When you split your efforts this way, you are not going to accomplish things in a quick way, in a way that your business actually needs it. So, the second thing that I wanted to say is focus on one platform. That's it. You don't have the budget, you don't have the time, you don't have the attention to do two platforms well enough for you to generate revenue. And the third thing is when you have those number one and number two, the last thing that you absolutely need to do is you need to be building your database. You need to have a place where every single person that shops with you, that buys from you, you have their phone number, you have their email, and they have checked a box where they say, "Yes, I want to hear from you." This is so important because if you do not do this, you are going to it's going to cost you 3, 4 times more to get in front of that person again than if you caught it on the first time. Okay. That information, and we're going to talk about this more, but that information is a gold mine. And matter of fact, I talked about it a lot in the video. So if you want to see that video, you want to watch, what a CRM is, you absolutely need a CRM. It is your gold. It is going to it's going to be how you build your business in the most cost effective way. So I know that that's going to help you if you implement it. All right. Till next time, watch the other videos. You will be